Hi BookTube, I'm here with a book haul, and this is from an event called Word on the Street. Anyways, I'm just going to show you what I got, starting with this piece of art by Sam Noir. I'm pretty sure you can see it there. Darth Vader's popping Leia's balloon, which I assume is Alderaan, with his Death Star one, and he signed it for me, so that's pretty awesome. And books. So we got The N-Body Problem by Tony Burgess. It's about zombies in space. That's awesome, right? Then we have Annihilation by Jeff Vandermeer, and I know Megan over at the Restricted section has really talked up this series, so I'm interested in checking that out. Another popular BookTube book is The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet by Becky Chambers. I'm sure you've heard all about it. Then I have a book by David Walliams, The Boy in the Dress. I know David Walliams as kind of a English presence. What would you call it? Like a personality. And I don't know his writing, but I'm really looking forward to it. And it's illustrated by Quentin Blake, which is always a pleasure. Then I got a mystery bag for $5, and it's from the publishing house Cormorant Books. It's a Canadian publishing house specializing in Canadian authors. And I got two books that I'm not really interested in, if I am going to be honest. We have The Critic and Other Stories by Martin Hunter, which is about the Canadian cultural and social elite, and I'm not a big fan of rich people problems, so... Then we have another rich people problem book, The Soul of All Great Designs by Neil Basundath. This is by a Trinidadian Canadian author. But these two ones I'm really excited for, especially this one, The Frankenstein Murders by Kathleen Bradshaw. This is about a man who is sent to investigate the murders that Frankenstein's monster did. And she's a Canadian author as well, so that's really cool. Then we have The Body's Place by Elise Trucott, and this is about a 15-year-old girl, Helene, who is trying to navigate life after a girl around her age has gone missing and is found murdered. So that sounds quite intriguing. I have some graphic novels here. First up is The Outside Circle by Patty LaBoucane Benson and Kelly Mellings. This is getting pretty popular in Canada. It's the story of an Aboriginal youth who's growing up in a really rough situation, ends up in a fight with his mother's boyfriend and kills him and goes to prison. So that's going to be interesting. Then I have Captain Canuck Aleph. This is volume 1 of the recharged Captain Canuck. Then we have this, which is the first edition, the first issue, of The Pitiful Human Lizard by Jason Liu. It's Toronto's superhero who seems to be a little pathetic. He's just hanging from the Honest Ed sign there. So this could be pretty interesting, and he signed it for me too. Then I got I'm Thinking of Ending Things by Ian Reid, and this looks really cool. It seems to be like a thriller, but it's more on the suicide lines, I think. Then I went on a cruise and the theme was pirates, and this I had to buy this book after he read it. This is Yiddish for Pirates by Gary Barwin, and it is the story of pirates but told from the perspective of a parrot who is now living in a folk home, an old folk home for Jewish people. And it takes place in 1492, so it's going to be really interesting. And I got this signed as well. Let's see if I can find it here. He says, "Oi, oi, Courtney." And thought that was pretty cool. That was all that I got there, but then when I dropped my brother off, a tenant in his building had a box out there of free books, so I got this one, Come Thou Tortoise by Jessica Grant. I love turtles and tortoises, so that's why I picked that up. Then I picked up Still Alice by Lisa Genova. I've already read this, but I wanted a physical copy. Then we have The Long Song by Andrea Levy, and this is pretty cool. It's about a young girl who's the daughter of a plantation slave in Jamaica, and she gets taken in by an English widow. So it's quite interesting premise, I'll say. And lastly, I picked up a copy of Adbusters solely for nostalgia's sake. I do have issues with Adbusters, but it was free, and I thought, at the very least I can cut it up and use it for crafting stuff, right? So that's what I got. Let me know what was the last book you bought in the comments down below, and thank you for watching.